2 wireless.
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm
Hello and welcome, Rocket League fans. We are here, we are live, and boy, we have a treat for you all. My name is FBI Tugboat, here with my man, the Mustache, and we got little ECAC playoffs action going down right now. Grand Finals as well here, Mustache.
Grand Finals, the moment we've all been waiting for, the finals to see who will come out as our champion. Should be a good matchup again, like you said, best of 7. Boise State versus Ball State. Should be a good matchup.
Absolutely. Absolutely. First and foremost, before we kind of get into this one and allow you people to kind of know what to expect right here, teams, format, and wise, got to talk about the organizations that do make this possible first. Of course, first and foremost, that is Colton, our producer. We really do appreciate them. Without our production staff, we are just beautiful voices screaming about Rocket League in our rooms. So big shout out, Colton. But Lenovo as well, one of the sponsors here. Lenovo Legion knows that you play to win and to stand out from the competition. You need equipment that matches the speed of your thoughts and actions. The Legion Y25 monitor delivers those wins in the toughest and most critical of situations. With its extreme 1 millisecond response time down to the insane 240 hertz refresh rate, the Legion Y25 doesn't just keep up, it does a lot more. It is built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles at that tournament level. The Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch full HD IPS panel with that built-in NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility. This Legion Y25 monitor is available at Lenovo.com and other fine retailers around you. That's going to be it for Lenovo Legion. Do appreciate them. Let's hop on into this one and kind of, again, the fans know what to expect here, Mustache.
They should expect probably a long series out of this. We've got the number 1 Boise State, 2 BSU Ball State, and it's going to be BSU for both of them. So we're not going to be able to say that. But I definitely feel this could go the distance. I feel, when you got number 1, number 2, what do you expect? I mean, you've got the top 2 teams in the entire tournament. So it's almost fitting that you probably see this go the distance. Of course, everybody is known from our last broadcast. I am also local to Ball State, so I am going to predict that Ball State will pull this win out. But Boise State being that number 1, this one could be a tough order for both the Cardinals and the boys over at Boise State.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get these fine young players introduced. This is Ball State. Over here, the red squad with Get Over. That's Luigi, and that's Zath. Would you run through Boise State for me, sir?
Boise State will bring Danger to the pitch as well as Gil and Instinct. And Gil already having to go up for the save. I've noticed that both squads have tried to put an offensive attempt on the docket. Neither of them able to get by the opponent's defense. So we are still 0-0 as we start to approach the first 30 seconds elapsed in this game. But that's a wide open net. Both coming down, and Danger can't put that one in as both Zath and Luigi had to get a touch on it to get it cleared out.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And the double-up defense. Frequently we talk about doubling up like that. Going to be something that bites defensive teams in the behind right here. But now it's just put down to more classic and basic Rocket League. 129 kilometers per hour. Is going to be a solid contender for the fastest on broadcast. This is a best of 7. Not sure if we mentioned it. No bracket reset action of this. This is all single elimination, so there will be no point advantage. There will be no bracket reset. There will be a winner, and there will be a loser.
And right now, it's looking like Boise State with all the offense so far. We've had a few attempts come out, but Gil launching this one. Luigi not going to be able to get to it, but it does bounce off the post. The demo, though, when you get taken off the pitch, not going to help out, and Instinct putting that one in.
That's 2 shots, 2 goals. 100% completion rate for this Boise State squad. Of course, with Mustache pulling for Ball State, I'm going to have to pull for Boise State. Idaho is also one state over here from Nevada where I'm at now, so I think it's like a little home team action, right?
Oh, definitely. We got to have, obviously we will not be biased towards these teams, but we've got to have prediction. We got to have a little bit of competition here in the booth. And right now, Danger trying to get that one out of a dangerous situation. Zath getting demoed. The demo's coming out from Boise State are really propelling them to the position that they're currently in.
Yeah, so far, Boise State has done a better job of kind of reading this and, again, being proactive, not necessarily reactive. At the same time, getting a hat trick in less than 100 seconds is pretty damn good. That's going to be Instinct all day long. Throw him a nice cap on top because that's a hat trick.
Shooting 100%. Danger throwing up 2 assists to help Instinct achieve that mark. But yes, Boise State coming out strong. And there's a pass that Zath could not get to. Luigi put a little bit too much power behind that, but I'm liking the attempt to come out from Ball State. But right now, they've got to keep that pressure going. You don't want to allow Boise State to get this down the pitch. And as they do, Zath clearing it out. Instinct going to read it in the midfield. Good pressure coming out from Boise State as they try to hold on to this lead.
Backboard, down, Gil trying to put in another one. Danger gets beat there by Zath. Zath with a huge redirect across the middle, but it was about to be Instinct for a 4th time there. That's going to be the first shot that Instinct has gotten credit for that he did not make in this first game of this best of 7 series here, Mustache.
And obviously you want to have the perfect accuracy, but not all of them will go in, and most of the time you just want to bombard the backboard so you can try to draw out defenders. There's a bump right there coming out from Danger, but you're right. Get over making sure that one did not get past him. But still, look at this pressure from Boise State as they constantly put up 2 shooters. Instinct by himself. Get over. Can he get this one around? No, he doesn't have to. Nice. Zath, though, actually having to come in to put this one in.
I like Danger's performance here to more so play for this player and not so much the ball. That was a good read right there, and it put the what is it? The response. The honest, that's what it is. The response onto Danger right there, or onto Zath, excuse me. Zath had to stay right there and read this ball perfectly. It happened, and just like that. Oh. Okay, that's me. That right side pull coming up strong. Not 1 but 2 different offensive opportunities.
I didn't realize that Ball State had the posts on the payroll. They're definitely coming in clutch right now, helping them out, but Danger getting that one by. Zath, this one launching down the center as Instinct being your third man back. He's been so promising on the offensive side and even doing so on the defensive side as he's always playing that third man, but what a stop. Get over will be able to put this one in.
All the way. Love to see it. This is also, gotta say, a Ball State squad, Ball State Red to be specific, that has really passed this ball around a lot more. You're looking at an Instinct player here for Boise State with 6 shots attempted and only 2 shots across both of his 2 teammates, Gil with 1, Danger with 1. So you take Instinct out of the equation, I think that this is going to be a much better game coming in the rest for Ball State, and that's going to be Luigi proofing it. 1 for Zath, 1 for Luigi, and 1 for Get Over. Love to see it. Well-rounded teams here, Mustache. That's the name of the game.
Oh, definitely. We're talking about the passing between Ball State, and right there is a perfect example. Luigi carrying that around, Get Over, able to put a second touch on it to just put some speed behind it. Luigi able to put it in the back of the net and receive the double tap. So good play coming out from Ball State as they get the tying goal needed with now 67 seconds on the clock left in game number 1. We are all tied up. And Zath and Ball State looking promising as they were a little off to a shaky start, and it was all Boise State to come out swinging, but now Ball State finally able to do what they need to do. This one's stuck in the midfield. Instinct going to drop it down. Danger just trying to be that bullying tactic, but it's a wide open net. Gil, though, able to spawn in, and finally we got a little bit of a breakaway and a back and forth between these two squads.
Said it before. Say it again. You don't take that demo right there. Gil is on the other side of this pitch, and Gil has no boost. That demo comes in, perfect positioning, just rip it right side, and an easy block. Just another day at the office. This score could be 4-3 right now if we weren't looking for demos that just don't matter.
I'm liking Luigi's defense right there. He was on that backboard for forever, just waiting as shots were constantly going on the backboard, so good pressure, or good patience rather, from him. But the demo coming out and everybody in the corner there for Ball State. This one could be dangerous, and it does go in. Gil putting it in at 1 second, and Boise stealing this one away.
Boise State, a fancy finish to say the absolute least for our game number 1. That is going to be a 129 kilometer per hour goal to start this off, and then 132 to finish it. Maybe I shouldn't speak. Okay, I was going to say, maybe I should not speak so quickly here, Mustache. Speak so soon on the possible volleyball quasi-overtime type situation. That has not happened, though. 4-3, and Boise State strikes first. The team out of Idaho taking the first game. That means less here than it does even in best of 5, though.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate to see that one go the way it did if you're a Ball State fan. I mean, they tie it up. You're down in the final seconds. You get you get a demo put on you. You're all stuck in the corner, and just it left nobody there to make the defensive play, and a good play coming out from Boise State to keep the pressure going, try to end it in regulation. So Boise State stealing it away at the 1 second mark, but like you were saying, it is a best of 7, not a best of 5. So they've got the ability to lose that game and still kind of make this series, a perfect one.
Yeah. We didn't get too far into bracket earlier and kind of how these teams got here as well. Boise State has dropped 1 single game in the entirety of this playoff so far. Now, not that much different of a performance here from Ball State by any means either. This is the number 1, 2 seeds for a reason, Mustache. That was King University taking down the other semifinals match here, and then, excuse me, the University of I'm assuming that's Louisiana, Rocket League Red, both took a game off of Ball State, but obviously they still won single elimination here. Let's get on into this one. At the absolute least, Ball State has dropped 1 game here in the grand finals.
Right, and they did not drop this one, so they will try to see if they can't keep it just that 1 game in the entirety of the playoffs. But Luigi trying to slow that one and see if he could get it by. He is able to get it by 2. Get Over, not going to be able to put too much power on that one, and both of them going for it. Going to leave Zath in an awkward position as he's going to have to retreat back and make the play as third man. But Instinct coming in. We saw him doing so much on the offensive side in game number 1, trying to do so in game number 2. Get Over, though, getting that over Danger and not able to play cleanup on his own shot attempt. This one could be dangerous. dangerous. Get over, though, able to get that over to the corner.
Wow, has this ball actually touched the ground in the middle pitch yet? I honestly do not think that it has. This has been hard and heavy offenses and switching of attentions. Oh, almost a perfect double tap right here. Get over, playing some solid defense, though.
That defense is going to have to step up here for Ball State as we're stuck over here on the back half. Luigi getting a great clear. Danger, though. Oh, getting in front of his own teammate, but a double commit coming out from Ball State, putting them in an unfavorable position. Luckily, Get Over able to get that over to the corner where the rotations coming out from Ball State allowed them to not be able to put a shot attempt on, but there is going to be the shot attempt we expect, and Gil putting the first one on the board.
Minute 16 so far. First goal comes in, and once again, people, since this ball started off in the very middle of the pitch, it does not touch the ground again within this middle third. Obviously, Ball State on one side, their goal on that 1/3. Boise State, other side, their goal on that third. Interesting stuff. That I think that actually technically counts as the first tap onto this middle pitch area.
It's just the clears constantly. Nobody, and maybe it's just the fact that both teams are controlling the midfield quite well, so you are expecting to get the great clears and get them over those defenders that are in the midfield, what have you. This could be an opportunity as Get Over not able to get that high. Danger, and Danger with a great pinch off the ceiling. Instinct trying to keep this one going. Can't receive his own double, and Luigi getting the clear off the backboard.
Nice pickup there from Gil. Gets past one, tries to roll it past the right bumper. Not going to happen onto the second. Just like that, this squad, the Ball State's red squad, has done a fantastic job collapsing this right side. 1 and 2 CBC indeed. Have not seen a score difference of more than one so far, right?
Correct, yes. We've only, the scoreline last game, 4-3, and it was pretty, it was, they had the 3-0 lead early on, but then it was Ball State able to claw their way back, and then Boise just taking that at that final last second in game number 1 to solidify the win. But can they do so yet again? They've got the 1-goal lead right here with just now halfway in game number 2. An Instinct not going to be able to get the double, but Danger was there. He couldn't really get up and in the air like he wanted to as well. Zat, though, trying to push around the defenders to see if he can get the offense going for Ball State.
Something else, significant change here in game number 2. It seems like Boise State was just able to reign supreme up top. Whether this was controlling, but I'm not sure what happened in game 1. Wasn't paying too much attention at that point. But now that we see the change, like it really has been Boise State that is just staying up in this era. It's much more even time and whatnot.
And if that's the case, then maybe if you're Ball State, you got to keep this to the ground, and that's going to be a little bit of an unfortunate redirect from Luigi. Luigi having no boost, so he's just got to see if he can't get the challenge and go in his favor. Luigi's got to get this cleared out. He does. Danger, though, trying to keep this in a dangerous position against Ball State. But now you've got to get this one around. Gil trying to keep the pressure going, gets the demo. Luigi out to the corner. Instinct going to try and keep this in for Danger.
Oh, once again, solid look up, but once you actually get there with the ball, members of the defense just collapsing all inside of you. Any offender, Rocket League player's nightmare, really. The open net just collapsing immediately. 60 seconds in this one. 1 score difference, a much more low-scoring affair it has been, and Get Over just like that. I mentioned it, and it happens. There you go. Love to see it. You have to talk to your plants, watch them grow, right? What's that?
You know what? I feel that was all set up by Zath. Zath gets that touch. He can't keep the momentum going in his favor, so what does he do? He gives it to Get Over. Zath starts chasing down the defenders and trying to clear and get those demos to open up the lane. He doesn't quite get the demo, but he at least is able to get the defenders kind of off kilter, and it allows the pretty much the own goal to go in and get the tying goal needed. So can we see a Ball State steal of a win here, just like Boise State did? Danger stealing that possession away. Luigi not reacting as quickly as you would expect, but Danger had no boost. He was just using the momentum that he had built up prior, and Gil can't get this pass. Get Over. It's still going to be on the 3rd for Boise State.
I want to go ahead and call this one. It's going to go to OT. 1-1. We're not going to see another score on board right here, especially with Luigi playing on the, or excuse me, that was Zath. Excuse me, Zath. I'm playing on this backboard action like that. Instinct has not been able to reign supreme like they had earlier. This was Seriously, just their world, we were kind of like renting space in it in game number 1. That was Instinct. Different situation. Game number 2. I gotta say, I feel a little bit vindicated. Hasn't dropped quite yet, so not technically out of this one.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
No, my goodness!
I feel so bad. Oh my god. Not once but twice! That's Boise State. Dashing Dreams.
Boise State. You don't have to
man.
do them like that. You steal another one away in the literal final second of the game. Unbelievable. If you are Ball State, how demoralizing are these losses now? And remember, it's a best of 7, so you've lost 2 in a row, all by the final second. That you've got to change. You've got to start making sure you're spreading out or making sure you drop the ball or do something. You cannot allow these losses to happen, especially like this.
Yeah, last second, especially in game 2, given that just happened to you, your immediate change of attention should be ground ball out, take your 3 or 4 seconds to communicate about how you want to come in and attack this in OT. You didn't get to that situation in game 1, so there's no like previous information that you can really go off of, like how does Boise State come forth and really play on their overtime type situations, on that re-lineup right there. And so really you just have to switch that attention onto defense, and unfortunately that doesn't happen now twice in a row right here. Hard to predict once, now happening twice. Is there a theme that I am sensing here? Is this Boise State maybe playing with the food a little bit and then just dashing dreams at the last second?
If you're a Ball State fan, I feel for you, and I hope that is not the case. You do not want to see this be the norm in this particular series. To say happen once, okay, kudos to you.
Yeah.
Twice? That's something that Ball State needs to look at. You cannot allow twice. And that old saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. What's going to happen when you get fooled the third time?
Yeah. There's not a whole lot. There, back to the middle, and that's home. I mean, I gotta say, this Boise State squad has done a fantastic job of at least purchasing like the individual double tap situations. Like, no, they're not passing the ball up close, hot, and heavy as much, but at least they're purchasing these options for themselves. If they don't hit, that's one thing, but again, I mean, that amount of pressure generated from a single player is absolute money. And I gotta say, I don't think it's necessarily Boise State playing with the food. Like, this has been very, very close games, not once but twice.
Oh, agreed.
If Boise State is doing that, they're doing a pretty poor job, honestly. They're just going for like the full meme and like the very last second goal.
Right. No, this has definitely been a hard-fought battle between both squads. It's just been one of those situations where Boise State has been able to steal it right there at the final seconds. Maybe it's Ball State expecting that it would end up dropping, and it doesn't. And so, it's Boise just keeping the pressure going all the way to those final seconds, where maybe Ball State's kind of faltering there at those final 5 or so.
It kind of looks like Boise State's a lot more comfortable using the wall to kind of pass it to themselves or pass it to players as well. This is Ball State doing a good job of that. I'm trying to run it down off of the side. And these are just perfect rotations from Boise right now. Up and down, and then getting into that offensive situation pretty much immediately. I think there's maybe a Ball State squad that needs to play a little more like kind of like that man coverage, I guess, instead of like perfect rotations trying to get defenders, and that is Ball State striking first in game number 3. That's what we like to see.
That is a fantastic play. To see Luigi come in, I mean, I saw the hit coming from Zath, and I was like, look, it's on target, but it doesn't have a lot of power. Easy clear for I believe it was Gill or Instinct. I can't remember quite. But to get just bombarded by that hit and get launched away and open that up, that's a perfect play for Ball State. And the first time we've seen them take the early lead in the game, it's always been Ball State to put the first one on the board. So now, Boise State. So Ball State coming in and getting that first touch, maybe that's the morale booster that they need to say, hey, we're not going to allow these last second wins anymore.
Yeah, speaking of danger, realizing this, sensing that Spidey vision, or Spidey sense, excuse me, and then immediately hitting this on the other side. There were 2 players that just straight up lurking right there. I smelled blood in the water. They were circling, looking for another bite onto this ball for a second goal here for Ball State. That is the second Ball State goal. Of course, that'll be the biggest lead they have accrued so far. This one tied for it, obviously, right now. But Team who has struck first has won so far. That was good news if you're a Ball State fan. Up and down, and once again, a fantastic job of reading this is the Boise State defense. That was instinct this time.
That's just an unfortunate touch. Luigi getting knocked away for his efforts here on the pitch, and you just got to watch the boost starvation starting to set in for Ball State. They're struggling here, and you start to see when that happens, Boise State will really put up a lot of pressure and get over, making sure that he did not cut the rotation on that one from Luigi. I'm liking the communication I'm seeing from there. But again, Ball State, they are not going to stay down by this one goal. I feel like they will probably get an equalizer. Not sure when, but they have definitely been having the pressure. And as I say that, Instinct going to try and set that up for Gil.
Nice.
A good stop from Zath. He can keep it going, and Danger is actually in an awkward position.
Super awkward. Had a backflip just to get a hand onto this one. Burned everything up top, and this isn't even gotten it out yet until Instinct gets a hand on this one. 90 seconds left on this one. Back to the middle pitch. That's a miss. Gil is going to be thanking the lucky stars. That angle wasn't on. Instinct keeps it low and slow for a nice defensive block. Over the other side, Luigi running it down right now and doing a great job of it.
Oh, and Luigi can't receive the catch. Almost a perfect setup from Zath. Luigi trying to turn quickly on that one as well. Not able to, so it's going to be a transition in favor of Boise State. And now Instinct's on that push. Zath sees get over. Can he receive the pass? He tries to set it up. Zath not going to be able to go up because he had no boost. This one could waterfall down. Instinct should be able to get the clear. He does and keeps it as high as he can. And like you said, Boise State seem to be the ones that are great in the air, but Danger, he's not been doing very well with the boost situation for himself, and I feel like whenever he's able to get the possession, he's been having a little bit of a hard time struggling with the control in the air to get the dribble he needs.
That's fair. That's fair. Again, the stat board might be a little bit bugged right now, guys. Obviously, you know, Rocket League's been a little bit wonky the past few days. But right now, we're looking at a Danger member that only has one shot attempted. Instinct, the offensive onslaught player, one who really brought the pressure in Game 1 and into Game 2. No shot so far, only saves for points on boards thus far. 8 seconds away, and Ball State is so close to punching their ticket right here in the game number 4. They can taste it. Not again.
I'm not saying nothing until this ball drops. I was like, no, don't do this. Ball State going to come out with that win in game number 3 and a good showing from them. But, man, like, I just want to just stop talking until you once that like that transition from 2 to 1 seconds, just I want to be quiet and see what happens and just hear the silence of the pitch. But hey,
message
Ball State,
received. I got it. I'm 100% agreement too.
They were able to get the game here in game number 3 and keep the series alive. You know, they don't want to put themselves in a series match point this early.
Yeah. Guaranteed game number guaranteed game 5 coming in, right? Even if Boise State takes this next one, they still have to take another one after this. So we're not going to get any sweeps. At least not forward sweeps, right? Reverse sweeps.
Yeah.
Keep it back in the broom closet for right now. I gotta say though, for Ball State, this is probably the most important win so far. It is the same 1-score difference here in Mustache. But the simple fact of the matter is that a Boise State squad that put 6 goals across 2 different games there, and no extra overtime there, right? No extra overtime game 1 or 2. They avoided that situation to nothing. 0, zilch, not a 0 across a full 5-minute period here in game number 3. If we talk about momentum, I'm giving slight edge here to Ball State, even though they're technically down by a game. Rocket League, definitely that game of momentum, and this has got to be a Ball State squad that plays like it coming into game number 4.
You know, if you're Ball State, you have to ride this momentum. You not only were able to take the game off of Boise State, but you were also able to keep them to the goose egg. I mean, you were able to shut down this offensive powerhouse that has been, you know, guided by instinct and just really set up by Danger and Gil. And this one could be another opportunity. It was Get Over trying to get up to that shot, not able to do so. Zath just going to try and stop it in the midfield. Danger trying to hold down the fort. And this one could be dangerous, but Get Over able to get this cleared at least all the way back to where Instinct was ready and waiting.
Back over to it. Luigi trying to pop up out on this one. Zath uses the same corner. Instinct a wonky look, but burns everything to get to this one. You saw the boost starvation kind of come in earlier when Ball State was getting on the offense. Oh, so close. Instinct not going to find the first, though.
That was definitely, when I saw Instinct all the way back, I was like, man, is he really going to get that?
Oh,
but
my-
it doesn't matter because Zath bringing out the protractor from his desk to make sure he can get this angle.
Some call it a waterfall. I call it a guillotine. That is Zath off with their heads. First score here for Ball State. And this is the exact same scoreline we saw game number 3 end at. This is momentum, Ball State, and they just purchased a little bit more of it.
Again, Ball State, that's exactly where you want to be. You want to keep Boise State guessing, making sure that they have to constantly look back at their playbook and figure out what they need to do to go back to the way they were playing in games 1 and 2. And remember, they were just basically last-second steals. So either of those games really could have gone in favor of Ball State. And now you're really starting to see Ball State put some plays together. Boise now needing to do the exact same thing. It would be a definitely demoralizing factor if you had Boise State lose this particular game and then Ball State tying up the series.
It could have fooled me if you're an Indiana fan. I'm just playing. 90 seconds on into this one. Of course, what that means here, what that translates into. Oh, Gil, nicely done. We didn't get an angle on it quite until the very, very last second. Pressure is still on here, actually. And what I was saying is this is Boise State. Now about 7 minutes, no scores on boards. That's a goose egg, people.
And you don't want to see that happening. You don't want to see a full nest of goose eggs out there as games continue to roll on. But Danger's going to try and stop that. Instinct is there. Can't put it in the crossbar. Again, working double duty all over the goal. I feel like Ball State has just been making sure that they work the extra duty out there to help the defense going. And Luigi's going to try to fake it out. Couldn't do so. Get over, actually working backwards. And Zath finally launching it down and getting it past all the defenders. Another one on the board for Ball State.
That's the other thing. It seems like Ball State's accuracy, I mean, this one is set up perfectly, so Zath really does have, like, this T-ball is put on top of the little plastic stand, and he takes out the back and just swings away at it. So that was a perfect setup, but it does seem like this is Ball State that is simply coordinating on these angles a lot more. Talked about protractors earlier. Everything angles-wise going their way, whereas it seems like Boise State just can't quite match this team when it comes to getting up there. Like, they had their way in game number 1, and this is just a fast, loud, and hot and heavy squad. But the success they found there just is not the same here in game number 4 than it was in games 1 and 2, and that's the third and the biggest score difference for Ball State so far. Once again, people, this team that has scored first has won a game so far, so if history repeats itself, the greatest indicator that we have of the future here, this will be Ball State in game 4.
That must have been the script that neither of us received. At least I didn't, and that was to your right.
Check my... Oh, no, oh, I see it. Oh, yeah, that's in game 5. You're right. That's in game 5.
So, you know, getting the first one on the board is definitely the important factor here, and it's working out as we've got the 3-goal lead in favor of Ball State. They're definitely firing on all cylinders, where Boise State, they're going to have to make sure they get by, and Gil getting that demo might be the way to do so. It was definitely a more aggressive Boise State that we were noticing in games 1 and 2, and now passing plays between Danger and Gil are going to help those situations present themselves as well. As Instinct in the air, can't come back for the double, and Gil and Danger just a little bit too far back to play that cleanup role. But as I say that, Danger will put my foot in my mouth, and we get the first one on the board for Boise State.
There you go. Decently fast, 108 kilometers per hour, a little more than 60 miles, I believe. Was this 90 seconds left on this after Boise State puts up their first in quite a while. The Instinct lineup in this earlier, it kind of looks like these offensive players maybe for Boise State, especially when they're more solo action, maybe getting a little bit of tunnel vision, because that was like, you know, a great initial shot, a great put-up action, but just nobody there to accept it. And if you put these up, nobody on the other side, you have to assume that it's the person putting up there that is out of coordination.
Right. I think it's just kind of Boise State going back to their mindset that, hey, you know, we don't want this one to get too far away from us. We want to be able to have it still obtainable. So they're not pushing all up like they were in games 1 and 2. I mean, they were so quick to just say, hey, all 3 players move up. We're just going to bombard them with shots and see what happens and see what sticks. And now they're playing a little bit further back, and it is turning into a lot more solo attempts coming out from Boise State than what we saw before.
Well, perhaps kind of the result of being far ahead too, right? Because that was Boise
True.
State 3-0 initial one. Game 2, obviously a little bit less of a runaway at least early, but hey, we'll see how that goes. Still a 2-score difference. I'm going to say it's definitely possible, given that we have seen 6 scores across this 5-minute period. That was in game number 1. I guess that was 7. Excuse me. Counting's hard. Arithmetic stuff.
You know, these college kids, they come out with the projectors. They probably have, you know, graphing calculators out here, and we're just struggling to do the simple math, us casters. But it doesn't
Single-digit
matter.
numbers, man. You add them together, dude. I'm just lost. I'm just lost.
Oh, and I thought it was going to be a shot there coming out from Ball State, but it doesn't matter. They've just really been playing keep away these final, 30 seconds, as they want to guarantee that this one's going to be another win for them. So the series will tie up, ladies and gentlemen, as Ball State will take game 4.
That is going to be exactly what you wanted if you one of these Ball State fans. Running through the scores here again, dear fine viewer. That was 4-3. Game numero uno. Boise State coming out slapping Anna Jacket. That was a 3-0 run that they went right there, Mustache, before an attempted answer back from Ball State, and then the last 1-second comeback to get that one on in. There wasn't a lineup at 1 second. All for naught. 2-1 scoreline. Boise State in game 2, the same exact way it ended here. Last second goal. This one actually hitting at triple zeros, so Ball State did not get another shot at this one. Coming back with a little bit of gumption, a little something to say here, Mustache, right? Ball State was a 1-0 goose egg put up from Boise State in game number 3, and then game 4, the biggest score difference we've seen so far, a 2-score difference here in one of these matchups in the grand finals of the ECAC.
And again, Ball State just getting better and better as the series goes along. Obviously, if you're Boise State, you're looking back and figuring out, look, we gotta come at these guys a little bit harder. We gotta be able to get more aggressive. I think that's going to be one thing that we will probably start to notice from Boise State. A lot more bumps, a lot more demos. It's been perfect from Ball State. They've been utilizing it in their playbook. So Boise gonna have to do the exact same thing, and maybe they might just have to steal another one at those final seconds. It seems to be their bread and butter. I definitely feel, we kind of talked about it the very early on of this series. This is going to go all the way, I feel. I don't see this ending here and now. It's a tie series. It can be anybody's ball game here, and it's going to be just a long night of Rocket League. And Danger, he's been wanting to put one on the board for himself all night long, not able to do so there, but he's making the right attempts, and it was Boise off with a great start.
Yeah, listen, Danger has been doing fantastic stuff so far, setting up and everything else, but can't disagree with you, obviously. Can't argue with the facts here. There's a lot more offensively. There's points on the board that Danger has left there, and I'd love to really, really get that going in what has evolved from a best-of-7, essentially, down, it was a best-of-5 afterwards, and now essentially a best-of-3. After the tie situation, first 2 games, Boise State, last 2 games, Ball State. Game 5 starting right now. Whoever takes this one will put the other on match point. But again, a long night of Rocket League we've already had, and we're guaranteed more of that. At least a Game 6 situation, right?
Oh, guaranteed, and those are always the best when especially we're in the championship. I mean, remember, this is single elim. This is make it or break it, go big or go home. And one of these teams trying to just uproot the other, the number 1, number 2 seed. And Zath on the defensive side for Ball State trying to keep this one away, get over, is able to recover and get some momentum going. But Guild shutting them down. He gets the demo. That's what you need to see if you're a Boise State fan. As Instinct coming in, the pressure starting to present itself for Boise State, but the defense, Ball State throwing 2 players at it to make sure this one gets out of harm's reach.
Harm's reach not quite out of yet. Instinct, again, a more wonky hit. If we look at any categorical differences between individual player performances, I gotta say, Instinct was, once again, just doing everything in a bag of chips, finding goals like he's finding lint in his pocket. That was game 1, though. Basically a lifetime ago, it seems. As these 2 teams still fighting over this ball, no scores quite yet. What a pinch play. Zath has to burn a lot to get there, and gets the block. That's a little bit of a roller down bottom. Not sure if this Boise State squad were actually meant to get on here. Oh my goodness, they don't quite get to the defense, but Danger is alleviated for right now.
And Danger having to get this one out of danger, but it's still the pressure there and get over, not able to get this past Gil. Zath going to try and keep the momentum in favor of Ball State. He actually gets a second touch. I believe the communication wasn't quite there for Luigi, as he was expecting he was going to try and make the attempt at it. He's got the possession here. Can he get this one around one? He does. Zeth keeping the pressure alive. Danger can't connect, and Instinct having to come in and give a little bit of aid to get this out.
Back and forth we go. Where we stop, we have had our predictions, but nobody knows. 2 minutes, 10 seconds so far. Back on out. Also, this game has been characterized so far about these big sweeping motions. This ball has spent maybe 15, 20 seconds on an offensive third thus far before the possession switching over. What I really think that is that both teams are really just looking for something that has got to give right here, right? They're searching the playbook. They're changing up defensive looks. They're changing up offensive looks. They both want to avoid these side posts because that has blocked more goals than any individual player in this matchup so far. But really, both teams are coming out to a dead even situation. About 3.5 minutes so far, no scores on boards, and that ain't for lack of trying here, Mustache.
You know, you were talking about how the posts and crossbar are definitely working that overtime. I would love to see any tournament, any event, any type of person, you know, putting together these fantastic overlays that we see on so many different productions. I would love to see a stat of how many times the post and the crossbar get a block, and it'd be probably surprising how often it happens.
Are you going side post, or are you going top bar?
I'm probably going top bar the most.
Yeah.
You know, that I feel like, you know, we all say Athena is always proud whenever you go for the Athena flick on the crossbar and not getting it into the net. So I do feel that the crossbar is probably the most overworked out of all of the goal.
The proudest, the boldest, right? The boldest of all the defenders. A little demo action. That's Luigi right here. Danger. Accepting this one across the middle. Zath up top. Gil's going to try and beat feet to get there, but it's actually going to be Zath partnering with a teammate right there to get something going. Danger had a nice lineup on this one, but now, just like that, Boise State has to beat feet to get on back. They might have been cheating up like a little bit. They didn't bite them that time. They didn't pay for it that time, but they might be cheating up a little bit when it's talking about getting in these offenses. The last 15 seconds, all they really need to focus on is not getting scored on and getting back to the lineup. Like, if you get an offensive shot, awesome, but
remember, we're approaching those final seconds. This is the moment of Boise State's, you know, peakness, and unfortunately we do not see the goal happen. So we get our first overtime in this best of 7 series, and you noticed the spacing between both squads really stretching itself out as nobody wanted to make any mistake. And Instinct trying to get this one past Zath, not going to be able to do so. Danger receiving the catch, and Luigi can't connect on it. This one starting to roll out into the Boise State half, and it's the pressure from Ball State that might be able to get something by.
back the other way. That was such, you know, obviously a lot of times you don't want to take this ball back your own way, but Danger read this one perfectly. That's the initial demo. Gil's going to have a lineup on this. Luigi, perfect handling across the top, a line down and get over, tries to beat feet to get to it. Can't quite do it. Back and forth we go. This one is going to be a little bit of Boise State pressure across the middle. Gil reads it perfectly, gets across 1 and 2.
Ooh. I thought something was going to be there. Again, every time I see a demo from either squad, I'm like, all right, do we have enough players from that particular squad to make the attempt and try to get something past the two defenders that are left on the pitch? A little bit of a double commit coming out from Ball State might hurt them as Danger's starting to push up. He's got pretty much a half a tank as he took off for the air. A double could come out from Zath. It does. Instinct does get a light touch on it. Get over's got the pressure, but not going to be able to receive his catch as Danger came in to try to keep it away. And you start to see the spacing spread out between the teams as they try to transition around. Nobody wanting to make the mistake. We are a minute 40 into the overtime. And right now, both squads having plenty of opportunity to try to put themselves on top.
I would love to be a fly on the wall of Ball State's comms right now, because I can't tell if they are kind of freaking out on defense a little bit, or if this is an intentional, like play your position, play your life, as they'd say in first-person shooters. Like, get it done, we'll have a player behind you constantly, because they have doubled up a couple different times now on defense, like looking super confident on offense, but doubled up on defense a couple different times, and it is only through the grace of whatever you believe in, they have not gotten scored on yet.
And you are right, and Gil's going for the bump. It's right there. Instinct can't get it past the 2 defenders. It's going to be Zath credited with the save, but that is all because of the 2 defenders going up for it. Ball State able to keep this one away, but the bump coming out from Instinct, he's got no boost. Zath got to keep it away. Gil is there as well, and just bombardment on the backboard. Danger just trying to play bully and devil's advocate. Instinct there, get over, can't get in front of it, and Instinct drops it down.
Just like that, a game of momentum we had, people. That's me, Boise State, Ball State. Not sure if they know it's a best of 7 because they're playing this one like it's the absolute end here, Mustache. 2 minutes, 43 seconds into overtime. That's Ball State taking it after everything. 7 minutes, 43 seconds, no scores on boards, and Boise State comes out on top. Now putting Ball State on match point. We're looking at a 3-2 lineup. Boise State took the first 2 games, took the last game with little Ball State action there in the middle.
Hey, it was, I believe you said game 5 where this script got uprooted. It was Ball State, if I'm not, or no, I'm sorry, no, we never saw a first goal. So, the script stays alive. How dare I, break the superstition. So Boise State, the first one to score, obviously the one to win. So the streak stays alive. Unfortunate for Get Over, he was a little bit too far in the net right there. Couldn't get the touch or the server prediction not on his side, what have you. Boise State putting themselves back on top. It wasn't quite a steal away, but they're definitely going to be playing off that momentum.
Absolutely. And it literally doesn't mean more than it does right now. Once again, people, overtime, otherwise, every single time that the team that has scored first goes forth and wins this one. No reason to believe whatsoever that's going to change here in game number 6. So we might get a little predictor action of who takes this one early, or we might go a full another 7 minutes, 4 no goals. Who knows? There's literally been back and forth so much here. I wouldn't feel right making a prediction.
Remember, Boise State in a series match point. Finally, they have one more game, 5 minutes, and they can end this series here and now, or is it going to be Ball State to finally give us the game 7 that we've pretty much been saying all night long? Getting a bump on Get Over was Gil, but he was not able to get that one by. And Zath's just going to have to slow down the pace as he's probably sitting with low boost.
I like the look right there. He's bringing this one off the wall. He's just kind of waiting, plotting, predicting, and plotting. Just waiting for this offender, to kind of come off this one, and teammate is there. Instinct, though, racks in the first. And oh my, 33 seconds into this one. Once again, the team that has scored first in all of these games has gone forth to take it. Now, in the overtime, that makes sense, of course, but the first 4 games is the same theme. 2 of those going on over to Boise State and 2 of those going on over to Ball State. So it's not just a one-team type of thing. Well, not a one-team type of theme.
Yeah. When you have that kind of superstition built up into this game, you've got to watch yourself. And there was an attempt, Get Over, trying to see if he could put some power behind Zath, as he knew Zath really didn't have the ability to get speed behind any type of hit. You see Zath coming in and just playing that bowling factor. Danger off his own touch. Does he get it? He's been wanting a goal all night long. Wasn't able to get that one there. Instinct, can he get a second one to his name? Luigi should be able to get the clear. Dangerous as it's still in the corner. We keep the hope alive, and the defenders are just going to have to do what they need to on their half, as it's still in this awkward position. Instinct putting a shot on Get Over, able to finally get it out to the midfield.
Everybody just kind of crossing lines there on the defensive side of this Ball State squad. Everybody just trying to get a hand onto this one. If there had been another rotation there, if there had been another shot opportunity, I think we would have seen our second goal. But hey, that is not the timeline we're living in. Gil takes this one on off to the left side, waves onto a defender as they kind of pass by him on the right side right there, and then start this off. Ball State on the defensive side.
Just a few awkward touches coming out there from Get Over. He didn't want to put that in his own corner, but this one's going to be off the backboard. Gil, actually able to take this one away. He gets a second touch to get away from Luigi. Does he get another? No, he cannot, as Zath is able to get that by because Luigi took Gil off the board. And now we've got to see Ball State see what they can do on their transition. Instinct shuts it down quickly. Luigi trying to go for Gil and get him out of the area and get over, waiting for the ball, waiting for the touch. Gets knocked away and sent all the way back to his own half. The demos are coming out, and I said that was probably going to have to be one of the key factors to see a Boise State win, and so far it's been working out perfectly for them.
Really has. Again, just a cool, calm, and collected squad, and Instinct with ice in his veins. My God, this is Instinct. This is a game 1 Instinct showing up now in game number 5.
You're
or 6,
right.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to pop off like we expected him, like we saw early on in this series. It has been a long night for these two squads, and Instinct finally feeling confident, but that one, no, it does not go in. I thought the angle was going to be there. Zath putting that off the post yet again. We've talked about how those have been intricate into this series. And get over, not going to be able to beat Danger to the ball. Luigi's just still trying to stop it in the midfield to hold on to the possession, and it finally gets knocked all the way over to the corner.
Or where this ball will chill for a while, teammates will be able to take a little bit of boost, get this one going. I like how Ball State is always right here to it. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. That's so bad. That's the third right now. That's Boise State's third, 3-score difference. And here's another stat. Here's another theme for you, people. Neither of these teams have come back from a 3-score deficit so far.
No, they have not. And hey, Danger.
Wait, no, I take that back. Sorry, that did actually happen in game 1, but then Boise just put up their fort. Excuse me. Sorry. Go ahead, Mustard.
You are correct. Yes, that is a rightful correction. The fact that Ball State was down the 3 goals, they were able to claw back, and Boise took that. But Danger, we gotta applaud him. He got the goal that he's been chasing, and could be the last game that he needs to play in this particular series, as Boise State currently has a 3-goal lead. It is a minute 25 left on the clock in a series match point for a game 7. This is currently game 6 and potentially the last one we might get unless Ball State are able to claw back, and maybe we kind of see a mimic of what game 4 was. But I believe Ball State had a lot more time. I'm sorry, in game 1, I believe Ball State had a lot more time in that one than they do now.
Yeah, they definitely did. I believe that was at least started around 2 minutes or so. They're looking at less than half that now with 1 second ticking off the clock. Every 1,000 milliseconds? I don't. Times are weird. Time units of measurement are weird. Anyway, 45 left on this one. No scores. This would almost be kind of like perfect too for Ball State to get put to the goose egg situation after they did that in the kind of reversal type in game 3. That's the 4th. I'm not going to call it, but I'm going to call it, right?
You're right. I mean, 35 seconds. You've got 4 goals. That's more than a goal every, 10 or 12 seconds. It's going to be a tall order. I mean, obviously we want this, and we can't say for certain until it gets those final seconds. But as the clock starts ticking further and further down, it is going to be a lot harder to do so.
Right now, and then put the second off of like mid, yeah, and not even playing the defense yet. This is still Boise State bringing this one out. They know that every time they hit this one off against the roof, that's another 4 or 5 seconds. They only need to do that about twice more. Line up, Gil looking for another one. Breath of fresh water for Gil. I don't know. 4 seconds left in this one, and this game is over. Punching the ticket on in to sunny Atlanta, Georgia. That is Boise State going to be traversing this great country here in a little bit less than a month to show up there in Atlanta, if they so choose to accept that invite, of course. They are grown adults, and they can do whatever they want.
And these grown adults just won a thrilling series. Remember, it was a best of 7. They win it 4-2 in game number 6. And a good showing between both squads. They played their hearts out. It was a thrilling matchup, to say the least. And Boise State, they were not going to go down without a fight. They came out swinging early on. Ball State able to claw their way back. But it was Boise State to come out with that win. So I want to say a big GG's to both these squads, and congratulations, of course, to Boise State on the championship.
Absolutely. That's going to be a fantastic performance here. Really, I think that the name of the game was just getting Danger involved. Once he got here and scored, Boise State just simply played this at a much, not like lackadaisical, but much more like relaxed. You know, not like laziness to it by any means, but relaxed. They were just not in the same situation. Whereas Ball State, I mean, in that overtime even, we kind of saw them just not quite hit rotations and whatnot. And I think that might have just been a little bit of nerve type situation. These players had to have realized the same fact, right, that the team that scored first would go on and take it. And that's how it started. That's going to be how it ended. But that is not quite it yet, right? We got a little post-game interview action coming at you guys, right, Mustache?
Oh, indeed. And we will get one of the players from Boise State to join us here in the booth, have a few questions with him, see how he felt about the season and how he felt about that particular series, and then we will move on. So, guys, do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, get him in the booth here, and then we'll be back with that interview with one of the Boise State players.
You, they was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort.
And we are back, we are here, and we are live. It was 4-2. If you're coming to tune in the game, I have bad news for you. It's Boise State in 6 right here. There's a 4-2 victory for your Boise State squad. We're going to be getting on in with Gil. Little interview action coming at us after the game. Gil, you with us? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Mustache got a couple questions for you, and I'll round you out and get you on out of here. Okay, Gil?
Welcome, Gil. Welcome. And it has been a pleasure. It was a fantastic series, to say the least. I want to say, you know, with game number 5, where you guys win the overtime, I feel like that one was really what kind of stopped the momentum from Ball State. I mean, what was the comms like in those final, probably final minute of overtime? I mean, we stretched it out to 2 minutes and 40 seconds, I believe, in that overtime. I mean, you could see the spacing spread out for both squads. Do you feel like you guys were on point? Were you just trying to make sure you guys didn't have any type of mistakes for Ball State to kind of capitalize on?
I can't really speak for my team on that one. I know the further we got in, I definitely got a little nervous. I was playing a little conservative, but I don't know. The comms, I think, like, I'm known for going through, like, puberty for the rest of my life. I always voice crack. But I definitely lost my voice a bit after that goal.
Well,
Here you go.
I can only imagine. And then, of course, you know, how did you guys feel about your season throughout here through the ECAC in this particular go-around? I mean, the number 1 seed, you guys end up coming out on top. So number 1 all the way to the top. I mean, you guys had a thrilling showing. Is there any highlights you could say, or just, you know, you were glad to play with your comrades from Boise State and then just had a fun season?
I think, for the most part, we were just kind of having fun with it, playing the game. And then GamerCon happened. We lost to Wayne State, and then I took playoffs. Like, personally, I really wanted to win after that. I made it my mission. It was also our team's last game together this year, so it was a little more special to win this.
Oh, that's unfortunate to hear, but of course, in college esports, we know that obviously teams will always, you know, kind of transition as players come and go through the school. So a big GG's to you again. Congrats on it. You guys played fantastic, and it was definitely a pleasure to see you guys out there on the pitch.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, Gil, what I want to delve into a little bit is the ramifications, the specific changes or whatever come in. You mentioned it, and I really do think that adds a little bit of, like, extra oomph to this win for you guys. As Mustache just said, all good things, including collegiate esports, must come to an end. Nobody stays eligible for forever. So I want to ask you about you and your teammates' futures here after the changes this scholastic season.
Me and Instinct will keep pushing forward. We're getting a player named Dirtho. I'm really excited to play with him.
Okay.
We scrim with him a bit. Love that guy. But as far as goes, keep grinding. Keep trying to bring success to BSU as they try to enable us to do every time we play.
There you go. Yeah, it looks like you're in a fantastic environment right now, sitting there in the Boise State esports arena, correct?
This is the Boise State esports arena. I love playing here. Team environment's so nice when you have a team. just being able to sit next to each other is so awesome.
That's the perfect transition here. Gil, I wanted to ask you about if there's a difference really for you as a collegiate player. Now that we're getting towards the end of the pandemic and whatnot, playing together much more possible and whatnot. Do you feel like there is a massive difference between playing with the same teammates online from the comfort of your home versus playing there live?
I think there is when you're like together, it's like you can like look over when you're screaming and you can like kind of like see them screaming back at you. Give the classic fist bumps. It's such a great environment when you can play with people like right next to each other.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Lots in the future here for Gil and the rest of the Boise State University squad. We'll be giving Gil a goodbye for right now. Before you go there, Gil, I want to ask you if you have any shout-outs.
Yeah, just shout out to everyone here at BSU, all the production, Doc especially, my coach, Wayton, teammates, Danger Instinct. They all work so hard day in, day out to make wins like this possible. Can't thank them enough.
Absolutely. An exciting win it was here for Boise State and Gil. Gil, thank you for your time, sir. Winners only in the interview box. Winners only in the interview box.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Not a problem. That's going to be about it here, though, for FBI Tugboat and the Mustache. This has been your ECAC playoffs here, and this was Boise State in 6. They won the first 2 games. They lost the middle 2 games. They won the last 2 games. Some of that in overtime, some of that not. Some fantastic Rocket League here tonight, Mustache.
Oh, definitely. I mean, when Boise State comes out and basically steals away 2 wins right there off the bat, games 1 and 2, won in the literal final second or 0 seconds. So they started off strong. They had a little bit of a tough going in the middle and then won the last 2 to bring the series in. Just a big kudos to them. They played well.
That they did. They did. We got to sit down with Gil a little bit. Shout out the teammates. Shout out everybody over there at Boise State, coaches and everything else like that. And these are all things that we love to hear. But unfortunately, with that, Mustache, we have reached my least favorite part of any broadcast. And that, of course, is the end. I'm FBI Tugboat. If you enjoyed what you heard, oh, other side. There you go, right there. There's a tag. There's a tag. There's some more right over there. Oh, other side. There you go. I'm terrible at this, people. I'm terrible at this. Mustache at the Mustache TV over there on Twitter, and be sure, of course, to follow away at ECAC and whatnot else. Like if you enjoyed what you saw here today, there'll be plenty more of it. Speaking of, collegiate esports is not done and dusted for the season quite yet. That'll be Sunday. That Bay State College is taking on the Savannah College of Art and Design. Savannah being right near my hometown as well. So how cool is that? How cool is that? They'll be on Sunday. We'll get to the times for that. That's Overwatch, of course. Still kind of figuring out the last little bit of the ECAC playoffs. But that's it for Rocket League. Anything else, Mustache, for the people adieu?
It's always a pleasure to be a part of this. I can't wait to find out what the next season will hold. But yes, a big GGs to every team that participated. You guys obviously doing what you do gives us the pleasure to do what we do. So make sure you guys show up and have, play your hearts out. And we will definitely be here to broadcast those highlights the best we can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For now, though, FBI Tugboat and the Mustache telling you goodbye for right now. Been having so much fun with it. ECAC playoffs, that's it. Overwatch on Sunday, guys.
Comfortable.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. Yeah, I think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell